Yo, what's good, boys? It is Emmett. We are back with another video. Today, I'm going to be giving you my 3 favorite underdog picks for UFC Vegas 105. If you don't know what this series is, basically every single week, I give my 3 favorite picks, my 3 favorite money lines that you can be hammering. They're all underdogs, but I am 100% confident in these dogs, mostly 100% confident. I go from my least confident pick to my most confident pick. We've been doing pretty good recently. We've gone 2 for 3 the last 2 weekends, and I'm trying to go 3 for 3. So let's get straight into it, boys. Before we go ahead and get into it, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let's start it off with these dogs. Before I go ahead and get into the dogs this weekend, I'm gonna recap last weekend. We did pretty good. We did pretty good last weekend. We cashed out Melquizael Costa at plus 130. He was the dog. I don't know why he was the dog, man. I mean, I know that Rodriguez was on the come up. He's a prospect killer, but like I said, Costa's not a prospect, and Costa was able to wrestle his way and strike his way to a decision. It was a close fight, don't get me wrong, but Costa got round 1, round 2, solid win, man. I had a feeling that Costa was going to be able to pull this one off. Didn't know if he'd get the finish. Christian Rodriguez is very tough, but he did get the unanimous decision. Solid win by Melquizael Costa. And then we had Manuel Torres plus 105. Cashed us out as well. Knocked out Drew Dober in 1 minute, man. It was actually, no, it was like 2 or 3 minutes into the first round. Manuel Torres is kill or be killed. Got it done. Real easy work. Just 1-2 straight down the pipe. Dropped Dober and then hammer fisted his way. Some of them were back of the head shots, but most of them were to the side of the head. Dober was completely out of it when he got back up. Man, he thought he was still in the fight. He was wobbling around. It was kind of sad to see, but good win by Manuel Torres and cashed us out. So that was 2 of 3 dogs. Unfortunately, we missed out on Austin Hubbard. Hubbard had a very close split decision. I knew it was going to be close. He was my least confident pick. No, Manuel Torres was my least confident, but Austin Hubbard, I knew it was going to be a very, very close fight, and it did go to a split decision. I thought he got round 1 and round 2, but the judges had it 1 and 3 against him, so it is what it is. Very close fight. Back-to-back weekends where we had really, really close fights. We had Puja Tomar almost knocked out Sean O'Bannon, and then we just had Austin Hubbard almost got the split decision win. But we will get that 3 for 3 this weekend, boys. So we will go ahead and get straight into it with the first underdog that I believe, not 100% sure. This is not my 100% certainty pick. This is my least confident pick, but I am still very solid on this underdog. I think there's a solid chance that he can cash out this weekend, and he's very underrated. A lot of people don't respect his game, and you got to respect his game, man. And that's Pat Sabatini at plus 190. He's being disrespected so heavily at plus 190. Pat Sabatini has always been a dog that cashes. This guy is always an underdog. He's always a solid underdog. Just got the win over Jonathan Pierce, subbed him in round 1. He's got nasty BJJ, great wrestling, and his striking has been improving. He has been working on his striking. And I know that a lot of people are going to say, I know what you guys are going to say, of course he's fighting a tough dude, but Pat Sabatini, if he can dig deep, get past that first round, I think he can find a sub against, what's his name? Anderson Brito. Brito is very tough. He's got knockout power. I won't lie. There's a solid chance that he sleeps Pat Sabatini in round 1. But if he doesn't, I think Pat Sabatini can grind this one out. Round 2, round 3, tire Anderson Brito and find a submission. I would not be surprised if Pat Sabatini got a submission over Anderson Brito to get a massive upset on the night. He is my least confident pick, but I still believe that Pat Sabatini can get it done with his wrestling, with his cardio, and just wrap up a choke in round 2 or round 3 once Anderson Brito is just completely wasted all of his energy. He's gassed out. I think Pat Sabatini can grind it out to a submission or a decision win. But we will move on to my next most confident dog, who I think, man, he's been a dog in almost all of his fights. This guy is a seasoned underdog pick, and he's a guy that cashes people out every couple fights. He isn't the most consistent fighter, but he does have the most submissions in middleweight history, and that is Gerald Meerschaert. The most submissions in middleweight history. Gerald Meerschaert, GM3, the GOAT, all right? GM3 is fighting off against he's fighting Brad Tavares, all right? He's matching up against Brad Tavares. People are picking Brad Tavares. Brad Tavares is a minus 140. He is a minus 140, I think, or a minus 150. It's something crazy. He might even be a minus 200. I'm not too sure, but the line is crazy. They've got Gerald Meerschaert at plus 185. The disrespect on this guy. Gerald Meerschaert has always come through. He always fights a fight. And he always looks for a submission. He always looks to finish a fight. He has a 100% finish rate in the UFC. He's always coming to finish those fights, man. And he has the most submissions in middleweight history. That's all you have to know. If Gerald Meerschaert gets it to the ground, he will wrap up a choke on Brad Tavares, who tends to gas out. He tends to gas out. He tends to crumble. The striking will be most likely on the side of Brad Tavares, but every GM3 fight is the same. Dude gets hit for round 1, round 2, he slugs it out. He survives unless it's Khamzat Chimaev one-shot knockout. Other than that, he survives against these mid-level middleweights. And I'm sorry, people are making Brad Tavares seem, every comment section I see, they're saying, oh, Brad Tavares has fought the best of the best. He's the best of the best. He hasn't caught a break. You have to understand, GM3's fought really, really tough competition as well. He just fought Rainer de Ritter and gave him an absolute run for his money. He gave him a run for his money. That's it. That's the old, I believe, one champion, and gave him a run for his money. He almost beat RDR, and it was a close fight. And I think this is going to be a close fight too, but I think he will find the finish over Brad Tavares, who is way past his prime, hasn't won a fight in years, hasn't won a solid fight in years, wasn't even able to finish Bruno Silva. Gerald Meerschaert finished Bruno Silva. Even Alex Pereira couldn't finish Bruno Silva, okay? Gerald Meerschaert's a finisher. He will slug it out. He will survive that round 1. He will eat shots, and it's not like Brad Tavares has KO power. We have to think about this as well. All the finishing capabilities are on the side of Gerald Meerschaert. I would be absolutely shocked if Brad Tavares fluke knocks out Gerald Meerschaert. No, he would have to fluke knock him out. That's the only way he knocks out Gerald Meerschaert. It has to be a fluke or an injury or something. But I think Gerald Meerschaert gets this done. I think GM3 gets it done. Cashes us at plus 185. You can even take him by submission. I think he gets it done, boys. Honestly, GM3 is always disrespected. The odds are always disrespecting him. The odds makers are going to regret it this weekend. Okay, so GM3, my second most confident pick, but my most confident pick on the night for UFC Vegas 105 is going to be Dangerous Davy Grant. All right, I know what you're thinking. 40-year-old unk. Okay, actually, I think he's like 38, 39, whatever. Nearing his 40s, Davy Grant is fighting a tough dude in Daniel Santos. Shoot the box. They always have tough competition. They always have good guys. Charles Oliveira, my favorite fighter. One of those guys from Shoot the Box. But a thing that Shoot the Box has and that they don't really utilize very well is the fact that they just throw themselves into the fire, gas themselves out. Besides Charles Oliveira, most of them throw themselves at their opponent and gas themselves out in the first or second round. Davy Grant is a guy where he will get hit in the first round. He will be like, oh shit, I just got stung. But round 2, round 3, he will make the adjustments. He will grind out a decision, and he's beat a lot of tough competition. People forget this guy KO'd Jonathan Martinez I believe it was 3-4 years ago. KO'd him out cold knockout by Davy Grant. I know that was a few years ago, but Grant has still been effective. He plays his game effectively. He doesn't have crazy finishing ability, but he's tough. He's durable. I think the only way that Dos Santos wins this is if he subs Davy Grant. If this goes to the scorecards, I think Davy Grant takes this one all day. So Davy Grant is my most confident pick, my most confident underdog, my most confident dog for UFC Fight Night Vegas 105 at plus 128. I think he's a solid line. You can take him by decision. You can take his money line at plus 128. I don't care. I wouldn't parlay any of these dogs, but these are confident, these are solid dogs. These are the best guys you can look at this weekend and be like, I can make a little bit of money, you know what I'm saying? But if you guys did enjoy the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, drop your comments down below what your favorite dogs are for this weekend, UFC Vegas 105. I'd love to hear down in the comments down below, but without further ado, I will catch you boys in the next one. See you.